Flim jannery, everybody.
Finally, flim jannery has come back to Southington. Get a beer. Alright, we'll start off with a story that I call DUIs plus PCPs equal LOLs. So I was on my way to Washington, D.C. for the 4th of July, and I saw a sign for Atlantic City, and I thought, why not pop in and drink whiskey until it becomes not pathetic to roll dice back and forth with a bunch of strangers till 7 a.m. Which is the time when I learned that in an Atlantic City casino, you can actually be thrown out for winning too much money while you pee under the table. Yeah. There's no signs or nothing. I know you're wondering, how drunk do you have to be to go number 1 under the number 2 table? A little bit more drunk than the other 2 nights that I got away with it at Foxwoods. So yeah, not proud of it, but like my old man always taught me, sometimes you gotta drink and drive. Like when you're too drunk to walk. So yeah, got arrested at 8 a.m. He's out of jail in time to catch McDonald's breakfast and still catch Price is Right. Now you probably don't know this, but in Atlantic City, if you get a DUI, they impound your car for 24 hours. Which means they force you to stay another night, get blackout, drunk, smoke PCP, and wake up tied to a hospital bed. For the record, I still to this day have no idea what PCP looks like. But I know exactly what a hospital and police report that say you smoked PCP looks like. Page 3. Checkbox next to the word phencyclidine. I thought I had cancer. I'm like, do you tie down everyone in 4-point restraint to break the news? Page 4. Patient was pulled out of the ocean, believed he was on Mars, and was talking to gummy bears. My favorite is page 8. Police report. 10:47 p.m. Suspect was reported naked on beach pretending to be a tiger. For those of you keeping track, I almost had 2 police encounters within 12 hours. Guys, if there's a moral of this story, maybe there is, I don't know. If there's a moral of this story, it's probably, if you're getting involved with the police, act like a fucking lunatic. Doing a night in the hospital is way better than being a sex offender for life. Now, I haven't drank in 3 years. You're welcome. And don't fucking clap. This is easy. I think you guys are aware, this is the only disease that could be cured with talking.
Sure. Anything else?
As you can imagine, there had to be some kind of breaking point. I was living in San Diego, and I woke up one morning and I didn't remember where I parked my car and had to file a stolen vehicle report. For the second time? Because it worked the first time. And when I got my car, I had 8 voicemails. It turned out, in addition to losing my car, I had accidentally sent a sex tape to my entire Call of Duty team. Those mothers were fucking pissed. Yeah, so I grew up here and then I moved out to San Diego, and within months I had quit drinking. Which is really weird because you never hear of a gay guy going to prison and quitting butt fucking. Yeah, I lived out in San Diego for 3 years, just came back, and everybody always asked me the same fucking question. What's the biggest difference between the East Coast and the West Coast? I tell everybody the coffee. and the mental institutes. Let me explain. You see, on the East Coast, it's like going to jail. On the West Coast, it's like going back to college. Read books, play basketball, hook up with girls over-medicated on prescription drugs. Just like college.
How many's in your crew?
Well, the one in Hartford,
5, 6, 7,
the only time
8,
they let
9,
you outside
altogether,
is
right?
to smoke a
You
cigarette.
guys are with these guys?
You're literally the only fucking guy that ever started smoking cigarettes at a hospital. Or that ever started smoking just to get fresh air. So yeah, it's just like college. There's even a test. It's one question, it's multiple choice. If you fail, you can take it again the next day. Only took me 10. It's the same question. The lady asks, "Do you hear voices?" Do I hear voices? Lady, I'm fucking a chick that speaks in tongues when she has an orgasm. Am I hearing voices? I got voices, text messages, voicemails. I got fucking carrier pigeons bringing me letters. They all stay here as long as fucking possible. Yeah, bipolar disorder, manic depression. It gets better.
Back to college.
So depression sucks. Mania rocks. But manic psychosis is the bee's knees. The red on a rose, the nun's pajamas. Give you just one symptom. You should probably call a close family member or a friend if you find yourself butt naked walking down Main Street wearing a tinfoil hat, proclaiming to be the second coming of Christ, impressing your new disciples by performing miracles like shooting hundreds of millions of robotic insects out of the sky with a single load. I sense some confusion. I know you're wondering, how did I shoot 100 million robots out of the sky with one load? Do you have the same visual? Because I've perfected this technique that was developed during World War II, where if you squeeze your balls hard enough across the X and Y axis while jizzing through a 5-micron coffee filter, you can launch high-velocity dick bullets in a starburst pattern. It's called the sperm burst effect. The physicists might be familiar. Have you ever played Contra growing up on Nintendo? You know exactly what I'm talking about. So, you know, the shitty thing is, you know, there's guys like Isaac Newton and Vincent Van Gogh who have been immortalized for their genius despite being batshit insane. Yet today's modern eccentrics get a bad rap because there's a couple of young, confused male virgins with mommy problems who got voices in their heads telling them to shoot people. If you got voices in your head telling you to shoot people, you have got to hang out with cooler voices. You can hang with some of mine. I got one dude in my head, his name is Fagarun. This fucking guy's a scientist. He taught me, if you take a glow stick and break it in half and put that goop in your eyes, you can see through walls. It's not always accurate. One time, this is kind of funny, he convinced me that I could power my laptop with electricity that came from my spinal cord by plugging it into my butt. Glad you guys laugh. Your roommate called the police. He's like one of my best friends. So I have trouble with women. problem is that I look for eccentric. Crazy always finds me. You know, for example, eccentric is colored hair. Crazy is colored pubes. And there's really only one way to filter without risking hepatitis, and that is to ask. Does the cotton candy match the snow cone? That one took a second. No, I don't know. I talk about some weird shit up here, but I'm actually not that comfortable talking about relationships and sex. I usually like to talk about things I have experience with. I counted, literally last night, there were billions of women that didn't call me. No, I'm just scared. I'm scared of women because after I quit drinking, I bought condoms for the first time, and it said on the package they're only 99% effective. That means if you have sex 100 times, you win a baby. No fucking way. If I'm fortunate enough to have sex 97 more times, I deserve the opposite of a baby. I deserve a mulligan. I deserve that pod that Superman's parents sent him. Now, I think every man... It's just me. All right. So, apparently, told this joke before, it's just me. So, I'm the only guy, apparently, that has a list of things that they want to do sexually before they die. Or marry some chick that they respect too much to pee on. Now, I call my list my cum bucket list. Call your list whatever you want to call it. And there's like the standard things, threesomes, anal, pegging. If you don't know what it is, you're not mature enough to do it. And so you guys don't all take your fucking phones right now and not pay attention to me. When you get home, go on Google and type in, what do you call it when a chick straps one on and fucks a dude in the ass? Yeah. You can even click the I'm feeling lucky button. We'll find out. Oh, cum bucket list, yeah. So, I got this list, and like, man, there's one thing that's on my list that I've searched and searched and searched and searched, and maybe I hang out with the wrong people, but I got one thing. I've never found a chick that was willing to let me meet her family. You know, this has been fun, guys. I'm really glad I showed up. Thanks for coming. I'm not fucking done! I'm not done! You're not done! Look what I can do! Thanks, guys! Jannery, everybody.